Can betaine dietary supplements help you get bigger, stronger, or faster? Well, a lot of people are saying it's true, but is it really? In this quick video, I'm going to show you the research on betaine, also called trimethylglycine, to see if it's right for you. And I want to start with the best study so far. It came out several years ago. This is why I think people got hyped up about betaine. The effect of betaine on body composition, performance, and homocysteine levels. Homocysteine, I'll talk about in another video. It is a blood test marker for heart disease. Bottom line here, we've got 23 weightlifters who for 6 weeks are given either a placebo or 2.5 grams of betaine a day. I want to give you the dosages so you can check out the supplements you might be taking as well. What do they find here? Well, after 6 weeks, they find that in these weightlifters, the arms of these individuals got bigger. Their cross-sectional area of their arms increased significantly, but their thighs did not. That's important because they had these people doing bench presses and squat exercises. So the arm cross-sectional increased significantly, but there was no increase in thigh cross-sectional area or thickness. Now, they also mentioned here that the bench press volume increased significantly. Volume, if you're not familiar with this term, is essentially the weight you lifted times the sets you did times the reps you did. So it's weight times reps times sets. That's volume. And they're saying that increased significantly, and there was also a significant drop in body fat. And they end this by saying 6 weeks of betaine supplementation improved body composition, arm size, bench press work capacity, and lowered the rise in homocysteine and tended to improve power, but not strength. I want to point that out to you because a lot of people are taking this as a power supplement. Betaine in this study did not improve strength. It did not improve power. What I take this increase in training volume to mean is betaine increased muscle endurance. Muscle endurance is the ability of a muscle to contract over and over without getting fatigued. That is what apparently betaine tended to do. Not to discount muscle endurance is very important, but some people are touting this as a power supplement. This study says maybe not so much. And let's contrast this with this next investigation. So here again, we've got basically 13 weightlifters. They're again either given 2.5 grams of betaine mixed in a sports drink, or they just give them the sports drink each for 14 days. What do they find? So there is an increase in the total number of repetitions in the bench press. And again, it's about a 6.5% increase in the bench press ability. Again, this was a 10-set protocol they're using. Not many people are doing 10 sets. That's a lot. But regardless, they were able to do more, about 6.5% better on the total repetitions than those who were not getting the betaine. Those who just did the sports drink. And they say that betaine supplementation led to a moderate increase in total repetitions and volume. Again, look at the words. Increase in total repetitions. That means muscle endurance, not necessarily muscle power or muscle strength. They're saying muscle endurance. So that's these two investigations. I want to point this out because creatine and betaine sometimes show up both in pre-workout supplements. And you might be wondering, do you actually need betaine in your pre-workout? So in this investigation, they noted that creatine, but not betaine, increases muscle phosphocreatine content and strength performance. So they're giving people 2 grams of betaine a day. They do that with or without 20 grams of creatine, or they give them a placebo each for 10 days. Want to stop you right here. Take notice, these were beginners. These were novices. These were not bodybuilders, not power lifters, no athletes. These were regular untrained individuals. That's something to keep back in mind when you evaluate clinical studies. Bottom line, what they find here is that betaine does not increase the creatine content of the muscles. So what I would say right off the bat is if you are a novice, you might not need betaine. And the other thing I'd point out here is, as an exercise physiologist, I'd point out to you, if you are a novice, you don't need a creatine supplement either. Just lift and eat normally and you'll be okay. But that's a story for another day. let's move on. Let's talk about growth hormone. Some people will ask me what supplements raise growth hormone, and while I was looking into betaine, I did find this investigation. Betaine supplementation enhances anabolic endocrine and AKT signaling in response to acute bouts of exercise. Sounds real complicated. Here's the bottom line. You got 12 weightlifters, 12 trained individuals. They're given 1.5 grams of betaine a day, twice a day. That's 2.5 grams a day for 2 weeks, or they give them a placebo for 2 weeks. They measure their hormone levels, and they find this: supplementation with betaine approached a significant increase in growth hormone level. Stop you right there. Approached means no significant increase in growth hormone. I'll say it again. Betaine did not significantly raise human growth hormone levels, but interestingly, though, they noticed it did significantly increase IGF-1, insulin-like growth factor 1. That's kind of interesting because growth hormone is the thing that it signals the production of IGF-1. So it's interesting that it didn't raise growth hormone, but it did appear to raise IGF. You know, that kind of didn't compute, but I wanted to point out, to give you in all honesty a complete unbiased review here, it may not raise growth hormone levels, but it might, in this small study, raise IGF-1 levels. And again, I'll leave that to your discretion if you think that is important to you. Bottom line, there's not a lot of human growth hormone betaine research out there. There's animal research, chickens and stuff like that, but I only want to go to the human studies to see, because that's what we're most akin to. We're humans, we're not chickens and pigs and stuff like that. So there you got it, gang. Is betaine right for you? Again, I'm going to let you decide for yourself. If you tried it and it helped, let me know in a comment below. I'm curious to hear what you got to say. Until next time, gang, I'm Joe Cannon. Go out, be safe, and where you can, do try to make a difference.